Alfred Nobel was probably most famous in his time for the development of dynamite.
But he's best known, of course, for his Nobel Prizes, which represent the crowning achievement of scientific, economic, literary, or political achievement.
Alfred Bernhard Nobel was born in Stockholm, Sweden on October 21st, 1833. At age 9, he moved to St. Petersburg, where his father, Ludwig Nobel, was manufacturing munitions. In 1857, Nobel began working in his father's factory, creating explosives.
Before Alfred Nobel, for blasting, people used black powder, what we call gunpowder, which was very unstable, and you could only ignite it with a fuse. You could not control very well when it ignited or the pattern of the explosion that was generated by it.
In 1859, Alfred Nobel moved back to Sweden and established his own munitions factory in 1862. Nobel began researching ways to better detonate the highly unstable and recently discovered liquid nitroglycerin.
Nobel's first invention were the blasting cap and detonator, which were important in their own right in making it safer to set off explosive charges.
Alfred Nobel lost his younger brother Emil in a nitroglycerin explosion in his factory in 1864. He then started looking for ways to improve the safety of explosives and came across a way of absorbing nitroglycerin into porous material called kieselguhr, which made the explosive much safer and much easier to handle and much easier to control when and how the explosion occurred.
This new explosive became what we now know as dynamite, which Alfred Nobel invented in 1866.
Alfred Nobel's invention changed the face of war. For example, shells in World War I were as large as cars today. They were brought up on rails, and a shell that large, packed with dynamite, you can imagine the power of these shells as they would go downrange to the enemy.
Once we had dynamite, we could then carefully set where the charges would go, the pattern of the explosions, and this was a revolution in the mining industry, the road building industry, the construction industry, and we still use today.
Alfred Nobel never married and died on December 10, 1896. Today, Alfred Nobel is remembered less for his inventions than for his creation of the Nobel Prize.
If you're a mountain climber, you want to climb Mount Everest. If you're a baseball player, you want to pitch the 7th game of the World Series. If you're a scientist or a statesman, you want to win the Nobel Prize.